Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Double A Podcast. We are also known as
DAP!
And today we're going to be talking about the top 10 early quarterback rankings. I really didn't struggle that much with it, except till I got to number 7 or so.
Ooh.
Ours are a little different. We got 9 of the same players, but yeah, we do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know who mine is that you're missing. I don't know.
I know who mine is that you're missing.
We'll see.
It's my heart throb. Again.
God.
Not Dez, though. Not Dez. Not Dez.
He's not even a quarterback.
Who, Dez?
Yeah.
He can't. He threw a touchdown pass last year.
No. Did he?
Yeah. Bruh. Did he? Yeah, he did. He threw it to Witten. Remember that?
No.
Left-handed, bruh.
Oh.
But yeah. So today, like I said, we're going to be talking about the quarterbacks. But first, we're going to get in the news around the league. So, Adam, you can lead off with the Eric Decker news.
Well, Eric Decker, 1-year deal to the Titans. I didn't really see this one coming.
Me either.
But I think it's by far, the best move he could have made. I mean, he's not a wide receiver 1, automatically. He's a wide receiver 2.
If it was 2012.
Who's the draft pick? Corey Davis. Yeah, I think he's going to be wide receiver 1. But I like what the Titans are doing. They're trying to give Mariota a lot of weapons. But I think Decker will do better. Definitely because the quarterback is far better.
Yeah, well, the team is far better.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it's the Titans.
Win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Some more news. NFL.com said Jared Goff is gaining more confidence with the offense, which I find hard to believe because I do not believe in Jared Goff at all.
I was initially going to have like a buy or sell section, and this was going to be one of them. I was going to sell it. Because he said he's understood everything so far, and I highly doubt that.
Understanding and performing is different. I do not like Jared Goff.
If the Rams stay with him, then maybe he'll get there. But
the only man they need to stay with is Todd Gurley, and I don't even see
TG3.
Some more news. Odell finally reported after training on beaches of L.A. That does not...
Training.
Yeah.
Suspicious quotations.
I did see videos. He was getting it in. But yeah, not much there. It's Odell, so it's okay. Cam Newton, rehab, going well.
A lot better than Andrew Luck's.
That is true. Andrew Luck is not doing well. Not doing well.
Well, he probably is. It's just not the same stage.
Yeah. And we hear more about Cam Newton because we're in his state.
Yeah, true.
But yeah.
NC.
Some more news that I'm really upset about.
Ooh, let's hit it. Hot take.
The NFL Top 100 came out with 11 through 20 last night.
How many of them were trash?
I don't even know how to react to this, Adam. I really don't. And it's Dak Prescott being at number 14.
Where would you put him? Amongst the whole NFL.
Amongst the whole NFL?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the list right now. See, Jordy Nelson is at 48.
Well, he's got to be below Jordy. Just because he's a rookie and he performed well doesn't make him a 14.
It's the offense, man. And I know there's arguments against whatever his name, the quarterback from Boise State, the lefty, that came in and sucked. And then there's Whedon, who sucked. But Prescott is actually good, but he's not the 14th best player in the league.
No, I agree.
Just think if, like, Russell Wilson was in that offense. They would have won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
I don't care. They would have. I don't know if they would have beat New England, but they would have been in the Super Bowl.
Well, honestly, I think if you put, like, Aaron Rodgers on that offense, I think they'd win a Super Bowl.
Oh, they'd win 14. But, yeah, I just don't think there's...
The ranking system's skewed.
And I know it's players that do the rankings.
Yeah.
Like, within the league, but I just can't do it, man. He's above Luke Kuechly.
Like, Gronk was ranked 23, and he played 8 games maybe last season.
Yeah. AJ Green too. What he was like 19 or something? 17.
17.
He was ranked 16. Moved back 2 spots and only played, I don't know how many, 8 games maybe. I can't remember. We talked about it, but I don't know. But yeah, I just can't.
Something's fishy.
I do like Derek Carr. I still think 11's too high. I don't think he's 11th best player in the league. Above David Johnson.
No.
I don't see that happening, man. David Johnson is top 10. I don't care. Hot take. Whatever. But yeah, that's about the only news we have going on. But it's all right.
All right, well, another hot take, Cody Kessler.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to talk about this.
I wanted to talk about Cody Kessler. Let me bring up his stats real quick.
Cody Kessler. You think he'll start?
I think the Browns should let him start.
Okay.
I think if they're looking for the best available quarterback on their roster, it starts with Cody Kessler.
Not Osweiler?
No. Because Osweiler, I think, has been in too many systems and he gets confused too easy. But Cody Kessler, if you look at his stats from, last season, he played, I think 8 games. They lost all 8, because they're the Browns.
Right.
Having very minimal experience in this offense, he comes in with 128 completions out of 195 attempts and almost 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The touchdown-to-interception ratio is the lowest it has been in a long time with the Browns.
It's hard to find a decent quarterback on the Browns from history.
Yeah.
So you think Kessler's the go-to?
I think Kessler's a go-to. His
over
rating...
Kaiser and Osweiler?
I would test it. I'm more confident with Kessler. His QB rating for those games was 92.
Yeah.
He had 4 fumbles, but, rookies are going to panic. I think he was like a 4th or 5th round draft pick.
And it's hard to throw somebody like that in a Browns offense.
So I think if they stick with him, they'll have the answer to all their questions. It's just
so you're going into week 1 with Kessler behind the center.
I'd take Kessler any day.
Okay. 32nd ranked fantasy quarterback last year.
Hey, he's on the board though. He's on the board.
He is on the board. He's on the board. There's no other. Well, Osweiler was on a playoff team and it was 28th.
Yeah, Osweiler.
So you don't trust Osweiler at all. Say Kessler goes down.
No, you put Kaiser in.
Okay, that's fair. All right, let's move into this thing.
All right, end of hot takes.
So let's kick off the quarterback ranking.
I think there's unanimous number 1.
Unanimous number 1. A-Rod, not Yankees.
Ooh. Yep, Aaron Rodgers, 401 completions, 610 attempts.
And he is, between both of us, number 1 on both of our lists. Consensus rankings. And
the only one with a lesser touchdown to interception ratio would have to be Tom Brady.
Yeah. Well, I wrote on here, Aaron Rodgers finished with 460 points, 6-point touchdowns. He had 380 points, and standard with 4-point touchdowns, he had 380 points. With a total QBR of 104. And before I start the quarterback rankings, I have something to say. The previous receiver episode, the one we did last week, I had 2 number 12s. I forgot to mention. So I have 16 total players on my list.
Oh.
So I had 2 number 12s, then I moved into 13, 14, 15. So I have 16 players on my list. If I had to take one out, it'd be Alshon Jeffrey. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
So Alshon Jeffrey is not in my 15. He's over 16. But yeah, he finished with...
hang on. Pause.
Pause?
Okay, back to last episode.
Okay, receiver episode.
Mike Wallace was listed as one of my sleepers.
Right.
So after mock drafting for like 5 days straight, he's being taken in the 8th or 9th round.
Well, let's just...
And I don't think Jeremy Maclin pushes him down that much. They're projecting 120 points.
For Wallace?
Yeah. In a non-PPR league, I think.
Let's just go to the fantasy football calculator and see his ADP. Mike Wallace. You can go ahead and talk while I find this, Adam. You can talk more about your mock drafts.
But yeah, I take Wallace every time he pops up because last year he had over 1,000 yards. I think he had 1,017, and I really think that he's the most underrated person in that offense.
Yeah, Baltimore. I found him on fantasyfootballcalculator.com, home of your ADPs. I have him in PPR. Right now in mock drafts, he's being drafted at the 10th round, pick 6. Right below Mike Williams of the Chargers.
Look at the projection, though. 114.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do better than that. There's no way.
I about said Clippers because of LAC. But Mike Wallace, drafted this year out of Clemson.
No, Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, sorry.
Yep.
Being out of Clemson, going at the 10th round, second pick. Mike Wallace right behind him, and Marvin Jones right behind Mike Wallace. A lot of receivers in the 10th and 11th round. So, yeah, and okay, so let's move back into our quarterbacks. And what I have to say about quarterbacks is if I don't get a top 3 quarterback early, I'm not drafting a quarterback till the 12th or 13th round. I'm not spending my valuable picks on a quarterback because there's so much depth. Like, even at 10, there's about 5 people I could have put at 10.
A couple mock drafts I did. I waited till the 16th round.
Really? Mm-hmm. Who'd you get?
Eli Manning and Andy Dalton.
It's not bad for the 16th round.
No, it's not. Carson Wentz is still on the board.
I would be happy with that.
Big Ben goes off the board, I think, round 12.
I was on Twitter, and I saw somebody say Carson Wentz was the worst starting quarterback in the league, and I was like, please don't have an account.
Have they seen the Browns?
Have they seen the freaking... What's his name? I can't remember. Oh, I don't like Bortles. Jacksonville. I think he's the worst starting quarterback. Or the Jets. Jets don't have a quarterback. Anyways, okay. So, right, we had Aaron Rodgers at number 1. Like I said, he finished with 460 points with 6-point touchdowns, 380, 4-point QBR 104, 404. I'm really messing this up. Not good with numbers. 404. You say it.
401 receptions?
No, it's passing yards.
Oh. What are you talking about? 404? 4425?
Yeah, I was just saying it wrong. I couldn't get it.
4,425
4,420 some yards.
25.
40 touchdowns, 4 rushing, and 7 interception. He was number 1 in all fantasy points, averaged 28.8 in 6-point touchdown leagues, 23 in 4-point touchdown leagues, and he had 7 games over 30 points.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I like his red nose. Not red nose.
Shoot, dude.
Red zone numbers. He had 0 interceptions in the red zone on 114 attempts. 33 touchdowns with a QBR of 112. Stop laughing at red nose, bro.
I'm sorry. That was a good blooper. Whew.
You good now?
Yeah, we're ready for 2.
I thought you wanted to say more about A-Rod there.
No, I think he covered it.
But yeah, 66.
I mean, nothing changed with Aaron Rodgers. They didn't get a running back, so.
Oh, no.
They're going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I think he would have the most rushing touchdowns by the end of the season.
With quarterbacks?
No, on the Packers.
Oh, yeah. That is worthy of saying. Because they don't have they have Ty Montgomery, who I had on my fantasy team last year and balled out, but I don't think he can do it this year. Like I said, they drafted that guy from BYU.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
But yeah, we can move into number 2 now. So, how about you start off with number 2?
Was this a unanimous number 2?
No, it wasn't.
No, what in the heck is wrong with you?
He is not our consensus number 2 either. Just because I had him way lower than you.
Why? All right, number 2 is Matt Ryan.
For you.
Yeah, for me. Sorry. 373 completions, 534 attempts, almost 5,000 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. This offense reminds me a lot of the Packers' offense. They have so many wide receivers. The only difference is they have a running game.
They do have a running game.
A 2-headed back. between Freeman and Coleman, which both catch passes out of the backfield. So I feel like Matt Ryan, for me, was a knockout of the park for number 2.
It's a good number 2. I just don't have him there.
Who do you have?
I'm not a huge supporter of Matt Ryan, to be honest.
We got a hater.
He had 373 completions on 534, which is great. More passing yards than Rodgers, and 38 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Almost identical. Had less completions on less attempts, but still, same thing as Aaron Rodgers. I just don't see it happening again.
You don't?
He rode that high all season. And he's an outstanding quarterback. I just don't have him at my number 2. I think the GOAT is my number 2.
The GOAT. Oh, man. Okay.
Tom Brady. For several reasons.
Honestly, I started out not even having... I had Brady at 10.
Brady at 10.
Starting out.
Adam. Brady is so good. The reason I have him at number 2 is he missed 4 games last year and still made a top 10 quarterback. Sorry, he was 11 position ranked. Basically a top 10 though. When he came back, he was a top 10. He was 11 position ranked and 6-point touchdowns and 15 in standard. He finished with 314 points in PPR leagues, or 6-point touchdowns, and 258.9 and 4-point. 3,554 yards, 28 touchdowns, but he only had 2 interceptions the whole season. And I think that's what keeps him afloat of everybody else. QBR of 112 the whole season, while Aaron Rodgers was 104, and I personally don't know what Matt Ryan's is. But he had 6 of 12. Half the games were over 30 points, where Rodgers was 7 for 16 over 30 points, which is still good. But he played half of his games were over 30 points. He averaged 19. This was a weird stat. I don't know how this is true, but ESPN did this. He averaged 19.7 and 6 points and 21.5 in standard.
You talking about touchdowns?
No, in average fantasy points. He averaged less in 6-point touchdowns than standard touchdowns.
I don't know. ESPN's really weird. I was looking up fantasy points from last season, and it was like Aaron Rodgers is first with 40.7 touchdowns. I'm like, how you get 0.7 of a touchdown?
Did they average his career stats?
I don't know. Immediately backed out.
But yeah, immediately. Red zone, 114 attempts, same as Rodgers. He scored 28 touchdowns, all through 28 touchdowns. 3 interceptions with a 105 QBR. Not as good as Rodgers, threw 3 interceptions, but he still threw the same amount. Only 5 less touchdowns than Rodgers. He's great in the red zone on a great offense. Also has more
Who are you talking
weapons.
about?
Tom Brady.
Okay.
What are you going to say?
No, you throwing out all these stats, and I'm like, what in the heck? You said 5 less touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers. I was like 35.
In the red zone.
Yeah. I missed that part. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's false. I was looking at Breeze. He's my number 3.
Oh, spoiler alert.
But Brady red zone was 20 touchdowns, 1 interception on 70 attempts. Still good. He missed those attempts from his 4 games. I think he'd be around 114 if he played 4 in red zone. But like I said, he's on a great offense. He gets his 2 weapons back, not necessarily back, but he gained a weapon and got a weapon back with Gronk and Brandon Cooks. I think he will dominate the league and win the Super Bowl again.
Well, without Blunt, then their offense is just like the Packers' offense.
Yeah.
So
like I said in the running back episode, I like Gillislee a lot. I think he can do some damage in New England. But yeah, that's Tom Brady. So Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady for me. You got Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan. On our consensus rankings, the reason Brady is number 2 on our consensus rankings is because we both had him consistently higher than Matt Ryan. I had Matt Ryan lower. That's why he's at our number 4. But I'm going to go ahead and say it, we both had Drew Brees at number 3. So you can start off talking about him.
So I feel like this is Brees being Brees. Taking away Cooks with only, what's the roster? Thomas Snead,
Coleman. That may be it right now.
That may be it. Do they still have Watson tight end? I feel like
they have Fleener.
Yeah, Fleener. But I think the talent of Breeze is what's going to put him at 3.
Yeah.
471 completions on 673 attempts.
I cannot believe Dak Prescott was ranked higher than him on the top 100.
Yeah. His passing yards really speak for themselves, but when you're throwing 673 times in a season, you should be that high.
Oh, yeah. No
37 touchdowns. And honestly, I think the number of throwing attempts impacted his interception numbers, which is 15. It's one of the highest.
Well, he throws way more than everybody else.
Yeah, which is really surprising because they have Mark Ingram. I feel like they should have used him more.
It is surprising, but it really helps him. It really helps Breeze because he can gain that number 3 spot, and he can also be number 2 sometimes. Like over 5,000 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, but 15 interceptions. But when you throw the ball more in the NFL, you're going to throw more interceptions, unless you're Tom Brady.
Heck yeah.
Only threw 2. Yeah, 406 points. Averages 25 per game. He also had 7 games over 30 points. He had like 2 over 40. It's just from throwing like 6 touchdowns one game.
Yep.
70% passing rating in the red zone. I've already stated these. I said these stats for Tom Brady, which were false. These are Breeze, 114 attempts, 28, and 3 interceptions with a 105 QBR. Which is basically the same as Rodgers minus the interceptions. So I would... Here's the thing. If I didn't get one of these quarterbacks in rounds 4 or 3, I'm not getting a quarterback till round 13, 14, 15. Just because it's a major drop-off from the top 3, I believe. Or you have Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, Breeze, Brady, Rodgers is going to probably be the top 4 this year. I don't think so, but it probably will be. I'll probably be wrong, and I've accepted that. But it really doesn't matter. So, on our consensus rankings, our top 3... Adam will disagree. Rodgers, Brady, Breeze. That is mine because I have Brady so high. But Adam pushed a quarterback up in our top rankings. So.
Woo! Wait, who did I push out though?
We'll get there.
I think I know who I pushed up.
I do too. Who do you think it is?
OKC.
You nailed it. Nailed it. All right, Adam, moving into your number 4.
Oh, T-Braids.
Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna adjust with all these other targets. He has more targets, but
our number 4 on our consensus is Matt Ryan. So we have all our quarterbacks in the top 4.
Yeah, that's a solid top 4.
Yeah, it is. All right, so Tom Brady, why did you have him at number 4 instead of number 2?
I don't think he'll perform. I think he'll break 4,000 yards. He'll definitely throw more, but his touchdown numbers, I could see him getting maybe 5 more. The interceptions will probably stay the same. He doesn't throw interceptions.
Right. Yeah,
I don't know.
can see that.
I drafted him last year off that 4-game suspension.
Yeah, what round did you draft him? Oh, it was late because of the suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah, 67% throwing, 8 yards per attempt, 28 touchdowns. How many touchdowns do you think he'll get? You think he'll get around 35?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I think Rodgers got 40 touchdowns last year.
That number's going to go up.
Above 40?
Yeah.
Think so?
North.
Okay. That'd be fine. So how much about 40? Like 42, 43? 47?
No,
50,
not
58?
47. No, not 47. Probably like, I don't know, probably like 44.
Okay. Well, that just boosts Jordy up, too.
Mm-hmm.
J-Nail can make a killing off this. So you had Brady at number 4?
Yeah. Oh, you said something about, Breeze's completion?
Yeah, 70.
Yeah, I want to say that was only one person above that.
I don't know if there was there one?
Sam Bradford.
Really?
71.5.
Wow. And he played all 16, too. That's crazy.
Well, Tony Romo was above him, but Tony Romo threw 4 passes.
Yeah, well,
and completed 3.
The top 3 are Chase Daniel, Mike Glennon, and Tony Romo, and Trevon Boykin, who, that's stupid.
I don't know. He had 3.6 pass attempts. Hold on, let me throw. No.
So the overall who qualifies as Bradford at 71.5.
Anyway,
basically 72.
Just interesting.
So Drew Brees at 70. Matt Ryan also had 70.
Yeah.
Well, it was like 69 point something.
Yeah.
70. That's pretty good.
All right, so through with 4.
Move into my number 4?
No, you already said your 4, right?
No.
I swear you did.
I didn't, Rob.
All right.
I promise you.
Go ahead.
Andrew Luck at number 4. You don't like Luck at all. And you really brought him down in our rankings. Where did you... I'm looking at where you had Luck.
He's low.
He is low.
I'm not confident. I can't.
Well, he had 346 completions on 545 attempts. 4,240 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, and the interceptions is really hurting him at 13. Also, extremely injury prone. He was not healthy last year, but he did play 15 games. I think 2 of them he was healthy. All the way healthy was about 2 of them. Yeah. His QBR was below 100 at 96, which is decent.
Yeah, I'd take it.
I'd take it, yeah. In this league.
Definitely top 10.
Oh, yeah. He's top 10. You have him in your top 10.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I don't know why I have him at 4. But, then again, he's still Andrew Luck, and he can get it done. His red nose... Red nose. I'm just gonna roll with it. His red nose numbers. He has 66%, threw for 270 yards and 20 touchdowns. Also threw 0 interceptions, which I'm quite proud of.
Yeah.
And his QBR is 113. The guys I have really high have really great red zone numbers.
I wonder what his deep ball pass percentage is, because I guarantee over half those interceptions came from deep balls.
Yeah, he's got T.Y.,
yeah.
One of the fastest players in the league. He's fastest on the Colts team. Did you see that on Snapchat the other day?
No.
ESPN had something like fastest players on each NFL team.
Oh, I saw it. I didn't click on it, no.
Oh, yeah. T.Y. was number 1 for the Colts. There was a lot of no-name guys, like on the practice squad and stuff. But yeah, Andrew Luck, 270 yards, 20 touchdowns, QBR of 113, finished 109.1 fantasy points, which is really good. Nobody's even comparable to Aaron Rodgers. He had 181 points in the red zone.
Yep.
And then Drew Brees at number 2 with 137. That's why I have Andrew Luck so high, is because of his red zone numbers. But on the other side, the wide receivers and the guys he's throwing to, he spreads the ball so much that it's hard to trust anybody but T.Y. on that team. Like Moncrief or Doyle at tight ends.
Doyle.
Oh,
Doyle rules.
Odell. But anyways, same thing with Drew Brees. That's why I didn't have Michael. I had Michael Thomas, I believe, at 9. I would have had him so much more higher if Drew Brees did not spread the ball as much as he does.
Yeah. See, I had him higher because he's going to have to throw to Thomas.
Yeah, but sometimes freaking Coleman on that team will go for like 3 touchdowns with 400 receiving yards.
You're like, hold up, let me pick up this kid and start him.
Yeah, then he gets 0.7 points the next week.
1 reception for 2 yards.
Yeah. But yeah, Andrew Luck, I think he can get it done this year. I still have him above Matt Ryan.
No.
Which is probably a sin in your book. I think he will. I just don't like Matt Ryan. I don't think he can do it. I think he'll fall off this year.
No, okay. He may.
He may. Well, like I said, it's only June.
Yeah. All right, my 5 is Kirk Cousins. You like that? Oh, Mr. KC. 406 completions, 606 attempts, 4,917 passing yards, almost 5,000, which really high numbers, and the touchdown does not reflect that at 25. 12 interceptions, though.
12. Still better than Luck.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like with Terrell Pryor coming in and the backfield's still anyone's game, so I think they'll be passing a little more. Jordan Reed is definitely high up on my tight end rankings. I think we'll definitely be there to bail Cousins out when Crowder's covered and Pryor's running the wrong route for the first few weeks.
Yeah, I think Pryor was one of our sleepers. No, he was in my top 15.
Yeah, he was in your top 15.
Heck yeah, I really like Pryor this year because he has Cousins throwing the ball. You pull Cousins up in our consensus.
Woo! Gotta pull some of these boys up.
Cousins is number 6 on our consensus.
Oh boy.
Still behind somebody we haven't named yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I have Cousins lower. But yeah, I like Cousins. I just like a couple of guys in front of him. One player they named last night on Top 100, but I won't name yet. Yeah, I believe in him. So you have him at number 5?
I got him at 5, yeah.
Okay. I like that. Well, I'll move into my number 5.
All right.
Oh yeah, I see what I did there.
Yeah, you like that?
I like that. You like that?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to. You like that? I have Matt Ryan at number 5.
Okay.
Still top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
Which hurts me because I don't trust the process, man. Matt Ryan. I don't know, man. Well, see, the thing is, I try to be unbiased against him. I really do. I just have never liked him as a fantasy quarterback. I've never drafted him just because I just don't trust him. Which, he gets it done every game, but I don't know why I trust him because he finished with 70% passing percentage.
Mm-hmm.
4,944 yards, almost 5,000, right below Breeze. 9 yards per attempt, 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, QBR 117, best in the league, MVP season. Averaged 21.7 points per game and 347.6 fantasy points on the season. I don't think he'll match it. That's why I moved him back 2 spots. Or 3 spots from you. I don't think he'll match it. I think he'll still have a great year. I don't see him finishing better than Brady, Breeze, or Luck, though. That's why I have him at 5. I think 5 is the right spot for him just because just like Cam. I'll compare him to Cam real fast. Cam had an MVP season. Number 1 quarterback in the league. Next season, did not match it, but still had a decent season, even though his team sucked around him. He was throwing to Ted Ginn, who has bricks. Kelvin, man. I'm a Panthers fan. I don't like Kelvin. I just think he's so lazy. But the only target he had was Greg Olsen. And he did not match his MVP season numbers. And I think post-MVP seasons are also like sophomore slumps. They think they go... And I'll say this about Cam, too. He went in the season riding high, and he just didn't get it done. And I think that's what Matt Ryan's going to do, but he's still going to be decent because he has Julio and several good assets around him. So I trust Matt Ryan more this year than I did last year. That's why I have him at 5. And his red zone numbers are okay. Just like Breeze and everybody else. I don't think he's as good as Breeze or everybody else. But he had a QBR of 108 through 22 touchdowns and 1 interception. So his touchdowns are a little bit lower. But I think those numbers will go up because he has Julio. I think they'll use Julio more in the red zone. But Matt Ryan is my number 5 quarterback. So our top 5 in consensus rankings. I can't name them yet.
Oh.
I can't. We haven't. You go ahead, because this might help.
All right. My number 6 is Matt Stafford.
I pulled him down.
Maybe a little bit of bias here.
I pulled him.
388 completions, 594 attempts. Just over 4,300 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. The biggest thing about him is...
underrated.
Yeah, he's very underrated. His touchdown numbers does not reflect how good of a quarterback he is. The second half of the season he was playing with that... It was the middle finger, I think.
Yeah, he had to wear that glove.
Had to wear a throwing glove, and the running backs started getting hurt, so they pretty much just had to guard the pass.
That Detroit backfield, man.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Is it?
So,
do you think they'll use Abdullah more?
I think they'll use Riddick more than Abdullah.
Okay.
If it came down to me picking one and having to stick with it the whole season, I'd pick Riddick.
Riddick, just because of the dynamic?
Yeah.
He can catch, too.
And Riddick doesn't fumble as much as Abdullah does.
No, he doesn't. They still fumble, but Abdullah is very fumble prone. Which was what's his name? David Johnson, his rookie season.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. So yeah, that's your number.
Stafford at 6.
Number 6. I like that. I have Stafford on my top 10. You pulled Stafford up.
Yes.
1 spot from mine. Just because I have him so low, and there's several guys that we have higher. My number 6 is Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Which I believe you have him close to.
Yeah, I have him at 7.
Yeah. That's why he's number 5 on our consensus rankings. Just because we had other people. I had other people higher, you had other people lower. I had other people lower, you had other people higher. Which pulled them up and down. So our top 5 consensus are Aaron Rodgers, Brady, Breeze, Ryan, and Russell Wilson. Not necessarily that means Russell Wilson's a top 5 quarterback. That's just comparing our stats and our rankings. But he could very well be a top 5 fantasy football quarterback. The reason I have Russell Wilson at number, what am I at? 6. 6, that's right. Is because he's never bad. He does never have every game he plays so well. He threw the ball 546 times this year, which is higher than I thought it would be. Completed 65% of them, 353 completions. Threw 21 touchdowns, which is lower than some NFL teams, but Seattle, you don't think of a passing game like the Falcons or the Packers or the Saints or even the Colts. You think of that.
Yeah, try to name wide receiver 3.
What, on Seattle?
Yeah.
I got Baldwin.
Curse.
Lockett.
Yeah, Lockett. Kansas State, I think.
Yeah. He got hurt last season. Oh, that injury was gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
Lockett. But yeah, he's got a lot of dynamic receivers around him. Not necessarily a dominant receiver.
Yeah.
But that's why it's so hard to be able to pick a person on that Seattle offense to start every week.
Other than Doug Baldwin.
Yeah.
I think Doug Baldwin's a
Curse could get 2 touchdowns. Lockett could get 2 touchdowns, or neither of them could get a catch.
Or Russell Wilson could run 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's so consistent every game. His QBR was 93, which I think is a career low for him.
Dang.
It could be. But he finished with 270 points I think, well, they said Seattle had a flop season, which in their case they did because they didn't win Super Bowl. But I think overall, Wilson did not have his best season, but I think he'll bounce back this year and play better. That's why I have it at number 6 above a guy I really like at number 7. I think Wilson will get it done in Seattle this year. That's why I trust him. Just because he's so consistent. I wanted to move him back above Matt Ryan, but I feel like that would go poorly.
Yeah.
So you have Wilson at 7.
Yep.
Got anything to say about him?
Not really. I put him below Stafford just because I feel like Stafford's
More pass-heavy offense.
Yeah, more of a pocket passer than Wilson, which the stats reflect. Yeah. Yeah, so Russell Wilson, 7. Still potential top 5.
Wilson,
it depends on the offense, how they want to run it this year.
Wilson is going 3 rounds ahead of Stafford in leagues.
Yeah, you can get Stafford at, like, what, round 8?
12.
12.
I'm going to name their ADPs at the end of the thing. Moving into my number 7 quarterback.
Tiger Woods.
No. He was number 11. Tiger Woods. T. Woods at my number 11 quarterback.
Oh.
I have him very high. I'm kidding. Derek Carr, number 11 on top 100 last night. I like Derek Carr a lot. He's young. He gets it done. Derek Carr. That should be a shirt. Young, gets it done. Derek Carr. Played 15 games. I believe he was out the playoff game and the week before that.
Broken
leg.
Yeah, it was his leg.
Broken leg. 559 attempts, completed 356 of them.
Hot take.
Okay.
If he doesn't get hurt, do they win a playoff game?
Yes.
Last season.
Yes.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
Do they get further than that?
Who they play next week?
I don't know.
Let's see. They played the Chiefs.
They played the Texans.
Yeah, I was thinking of somebody else.
Yeah.
Texans won.
Yeah.
Then they play. I think it was the Chiefs.
No,
it was Pittsburgh played Miami. Man, hold on. Time out.
Hold the freaking phone.
Adam, you want to sing a song real fast?
She gon' shake it like a red nose, like a red nose. She gon' shake it. You got his red nose numbers?
Oh, they played New England next week. No,
they would have got smashed.
No, they do not. They went. I
don't know. Their defense isn't that bad.
They beat Houston last year with Derek Carr.
Well, you have to beat Houston.
Oakland went into that game knowing, no Carr. We have to put our faith in this
whoever
guy.
it is. Connor Cook. That was their backup.
We got to put our faith in this guy. Defense was like, Houston scored the first time, and they were like, it's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carr.
Carr's my 8.
Yeah.
So we're not far off there.
Yeah, I believe our consensus, we have him at number 8.
Sweet Pukas. We're cool.
And the guy above that is, you've already named.
You have not named.
I have not. That's why I'm not going to say it.
I know who it is.
Okay. Did not get 4,000. Would have if he would have played that final game.
Yes.
Because he finished with 3,933 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Total QBR was 97.
What low interception count compared to everyone else above him?
Well, he makes smart decisions.
With the exception of Brady.
He makes great decisions.
Which is actually very shocking. He threw less interceptions than Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, everyone except for Brady.
Yeah. No one threw less than Brady. Derek Carr.
Actually, Tony Romo did.
Tony Romo, man. I'm so glad he got the league. Derek Carr's red nose numbers are he threw the ball 95 times, 47 completed of them. Not the best percentage. 50% was actually like a decimal, but 50% rounded up.
Okay. Room for improvement.
Yeah. 20 touchdowns, 1 interception, 93 QBR, 96.9 total fantasy points. Ninth best in the red zone last year behind Rivers, Mariota, and Ryan, and right above Winston. So I think he'll do better than that this year, just because Crabtree is a great red zone target.
Yeah, I think he figured that out late.
Yeah. Well, they didn't throw that ball that much in the red zone. Yeah. They ran the ball a lot.
Well, Latavius ran right into the ground.
They will do that again this year. That's why I have Derek Carr lower. Just because of the... Marshawn Lunchbox back there.
Yeah, Skittle Man.
I think when they get inside the 20, Marshawn is going to dominate. Yeah. That's why I have him at 10. He's probably going to be like 8 come August. Yeah. Depending on camp and stuff. But yeah, we've talked about Derek Carr. Have you talked about Derek Carr?
No, he's just my 8.
Okay. Well, you can add anything you want to right now.
Yeah, not too much new. You know, if he would have finished the season, he probably would have beat Wilson. And there goes some water spilling off the table. We need a towel on all 3.
I spilled my water all over the table.
We got to clean that ish up.
And we're back.
Water spill.
Cleaned up.
At BP.
Caution, wet sign. All right, so where were we at? Derek Carr, you were finishing up?
Yeah, I don't remember where I was at, but I feel like he's definitely top 10.
That is my fault.
It's all right. I think we're safe to move into
number 8.
You're number 8, yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, Casey.
Where'd you have Cousins?
5.
That's why he's lower. I pulled him back.
God.
I don't know, man.
It's okay. Tell me about it.
Well, we talked about his stats. Kirk, man.
They are not guaranteed to go up. I feel like the touchdown number will go up.
And I don't think they will. I think he'll be the same exact quarterback he was last year.
Well, 4,900 passing yards, I think, 3rd?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Pryor helps him a lot.
Yeah.
Threw the ball 87 times in the red nose. Red zone. A.k.a. red nose.
I love that.
270 yards, 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, total QBR. This is why I have him low, Adam.
72.
83.
Oh. Woo!
Not good in the red zone.
It's okay.
88.9 points. But the reason is I don't like the Redskins' offense. And Kirk is not the reason why. I think Kirk is fine.
I feel like they should pay him.
They should.
Instead of slapping this franchise. Really, they're overpaying him by putting a franchise tag on him.
They need to help him out. Yeah. By saying, here's Terrell Pryor.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Super Bowl, 52? Let's do it. No, you got to get...
Woke up in there shake and bake.
You just gotta help the man out. Kirk Cousins is not the reason I have him so low. It's who he's throwing to. And the only person he has is Jordan Reed, which I also have kind of low. But yeah, Kirk at my number 8 spot. I've said why I have him there. It's because it's not his fault, but it's the team he's on, which is several cases for fantasy quarterbacks. Not quarterbacks, players in general. You are not going to like my number 9. That's why you'll go first.
You won't like my number 9. Andrew Luck. 346 completions, 545 attempts, 200 incompletions.
That's bad.
Throwing around 550. Like Kirk Cousins had 200 incompletions, but he threw 600 times. Tom Brady didn't even have 200 incompletions. Aaron Rodgers had 200 incompletions. Matt Stafford did not have 200. Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Russell Wilson did.
Will's dog.
So you have 4,200 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I'm just not confident with him coming off this surgery. He hasn't thrown yet.
That is true. That's something I thought about. And if he's healthy, that's why I have him at number 4, and that's why I have him so high right now. But if he's not okay by August, he's...
Maybe after preseason we'll do a updated, and I'd love to put him higher. I just need to see some progress.
Preseason? You need to see preseason? Or just camp in general?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the thing is, I can see Andrew Luck at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9.
Yeah.
I just put him at 4 because of expectation.
Yeah, potential.
Potential, exactly. My number 9.
Staffy.
No.
Who you got?
I have Cameron Newton.
Cameron Newton. What in the... All right.
Bounce back season.
But not a bounce back.
Wake up.
All right, spit some bars, spit some stats.
All right. Cameron Newton. It's No, it's not. I was going to say it's unbiased, but then again, it's not. Just like your Stafford. But I really think he's going to come back this season. He did miss one game. I forgot which one it was. It might have been Tampa. It was Tampa. It was the Thursday night game. He played 15 games.
Oh, not all 16.
That's okay. It's a quarterback. Sometimes they sit out.
That's what we should call this podcast, the All 16 podcast.
All 16.
That'd be lit.
I like double A.
Anyone looking for a podcast name, All 16.
All 16, hit me up. I can help you out.
Give us credit. What
really sucked about Cam this season is his completions to attempts.
Yes.
270 to 510. 53%. 3,500 yards. 19 touchdowns with 14 interceptions. QBR of 76. Which was dumb. Dumb bad.
Wow.
But Cam throws the ball so much more or less than everybody else.
He threw it how many times?
510, but the year before that he threw it 495.
But I don't know. You know, my dad's a Panthers fan. I watch every game. His passes were just
he was not
straight from a landfill last year.
He was not healthy last season.
He could not hit Kelvin Benjamin, which is why they drafted him.
He was not healthy at all. There's the clock.
There it is. Bang.
What? Cameron Newton.
It's right.
All right. Yeah, the year before that, I think is Cam at his best. He was the number 1 quarterback. He completed 60%, 35 touchdowns with 10 interceptions, and his QBR was 100. 24 points per game. Like I said, I think his season last year is not who Cam Newton is. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Last year he threw the ball more than he ever has. Because in 2014 he threw it in 448 times. He completed the ball 60% and threw 18 touchdowns. So I think McCaffrey's going to help a lot. I think Kelvin will be better this season. The players around him are going to help him more instead of just Olsen. Offensive line got better, and that's been a problem with Cam his whole career. The offensive line, just like Andrew Luck. That's the reason Andrew Luck hurt so much, because his offensive line is straight buns, garbage juice. That's what they are. I think Cam will be better this season. I think he will be a top 10 because of his rushing numbers and his passing numbers and just the dynamic player he is. But I do like the guy behind him as well on my rankings.
Oh, go ahead.
I got Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford, okay.
He did crack my top 10, unlike your 10. He did not. And Cam is our number 10 on our consensus, and Stafford is number 9 on our consensus. I do like Stafford a lot just because it's more of a pass offense. And Stafford is so underrated, but he's not the best fantasy quarterback just because his receivers, they're possession receivers.
Yeah.
That's what, like Golden Tate.
He doesn't have a Calvin Johnson.
No, he doesn't, and that's why he was so good that season. Last year, a trade happened in our league. It was straight up Marshall for Stafford, and I thought that was so one-sided. Because Will Talbert, shout out Will Talbert, he really bullied this guy in this trade because he picked him off waivers. 2 days later, traded him for Brandon Marshall.
Well, Brandon Marshall's playing for the Jets then, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was playing well.
Yeah, he was number one.
But I would not have got rid of Stafford.
Yeah.
Well, Stafford was playing bad at the time. But I just remember that trade. It sticks out in my head.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I think Stafford's going to have one of his best seasons this year. Just because he had one of his best last year. Lions make playoffs? No.
Last year? Yeah.
They did. That's right.
All right, hot take. Lions consistently make the playoffs and get screwed by the refs.
Go off for a minute, Adam. Go off for a minute.
No, I'm gonna end the hot take right there.
I remember we went to Cookout. If you guys do not know what Cookout is, travel to North Carolina, check it out. You'll move. I promise. You'll just move here.
True.
We went to Cookout after the Lions-Cowboys playoff game, and Adam did not talk. He went on a Twitter rant, yelled in his house, yelled in Cookout, and does not like the Cowboys at all that much anymore. Or the referees. He questioned why he watched the NFL.
Well, Stafford threw the pass, the guy's open, and the Cowboys defender just puts his arms in the air and runs into the guy to where he can't catch it. That is pass interference.
Wasn't it Pettigrew? The tight end?
Yeah, Pettigrew trying to catch it, and then the freaking middle linebacker, it wasn't Sean Lee, runs all up in his face and pretty much hugs him, and he can't catch the ball. No flag. Bull crap. End of hot take. Blood pressure is going down.
As an unbiased fan, it was a bad call. It was terrible. I was pulling for the Lions in that game. But Dallas lost the next game.
Yeah, they lost
off
to the Packers.
Dez caught it catch.
Yeah.
Which I believe Dez did catch it.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
But by rule, it's not a catch.
I'm glad they got screwed.
Yeah.
So we ready to move into my 10?
Yeah.
Very unique number 10.
Oh, I can see it.
Oh, Philip Rivers.
P-Riv.
Yeah, P-Rivs. Almost 350 completions, 578 attempts.
Plays for the Clippers.
Yeah. The Chargers. 4,386 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, and 21 interceptions. 21 interceptions is very, very high.
It is.
The reason I put him here is because he's getting Keenan Allen back.
Yeah.
And he has Mike Williams.
Come on.
I can't.
You got it.
Williams.
Got
Got
it.
it.
Is.
Okay. And he's getting Mike Williams. Tight end Antonio Gates and Hunter Henry. Backfield is solely Melvin Gordon's to win or lose. So I really think Philip Rivers sees definitely an increase in yards and touchdowns because Keenan Allen, I think last year he had a lacerated kidney.
Yeah, first game. No, he tore his ACL. That was the year before.
The year before he had a lacerated kidney. So I don't know. I'm kind of high on Rivers just because he's getting some weapons back. But
I think if I had Rivers on my list, he'd be at 12. I'd have one guy above him. It'd be Big Ben.
Big Ben. He was hard to leave off the list.
He was. Just because of that offense. He has 18 guys to throw to, plus Le'Veon.
Yeah.
And then he's just... I almost put him at number 10, but I like Stafford way more than him. But my 11 and 12 would probably be Big Ben and P-Riv.
Yeah, my 11, 12 would probably be... Actually, I couldn't do that. I'd have to go 11, 12, 13. In no specific order, I'd probably have to go Big Ben, Winston, and Eli Manning.
Oh, okay. You like Eli?
Yeah, he's actually, like I said, you can take him in the 16th round, and he has a lot of targets.
Right.
And the running game is going to be questionable. I'm sure Perkins will figure it out, but I'm confident with Eli's ability.
Yeah, I like Eli. So that pretty much wraps up our top 10. Our consensus, combining our two lists, is Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, Andrew Luck, Derek Carr, Matt Staffy, Cameron Newton, and Phillip Rivers, a.k.a. P-Riv. That is 11 guys. By August, we are going to have 20, probably, just so we can spit more guys off. But yeah, our consensus is pretty solid. Leaving off Big Ben, he will probably be on there. Yeah. I like Big Ben. But that wraps up our QB rankings. Is there any quarterbacks you would stay away from this season? Possibly?
Probably the Rams.
Goff.
Chiefs.
Alex Smith.
Jets.
Don't know. Can't. So
Browns.
So you wouldn't necessarily stay away from quarterbacks, just their
systems.
Team. Okay.
Houston.
That makes sense. Okay.
There's at least, I don't know, 10.
You don't like Watson this season?
Right. The Houston released a statement saying right now Tom Savage is number 1.
I don't see that happening.
So I would just stay away until preseason.
Tom Salvage.
Maybe. Yeah, Tom Salvage. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say I trust Miami and Tannehill, but I don't know. I'm kind of questioning it a little more. We'll have to see preseason for that.
Yeah. And is there any breakouts? Like a quarterback you could see?
Wentz? Mine
was Jameis.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston. I can see that happening.
Yeah. Carson Wentz. I think they've given him a lot of new targets. He's got all the weapons he needs. He's got like 2-3 running backs.
They got Alshon and Torrey Smith this season.
Yeah, Alshon, Torrey Smith, and Matthews. Jordan Matthews. And Zach Ertz.
You know who I really like on the Eagles is that draft pick, Mac Hollins, out of North Carolina.
Oh.
Check him out. I'm serious. Check him out.
In a football way.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for the quarterback episode. How you feel about it?
Feel good.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, definitely pretty solid list we got.
Gonna change probably.
Yeah. Well, I think top 3, top 4 stay.
All right. But yeah, we're trying to get our show up on the iTunes. We're gonna probably get that done soon. Right now, they are on SoundCloud. I don't know the link by heart.
Nope.
But I do know our Twitter name. It's the AA Podcast. You can check out everything there.
DAP,
baby. But yeah, you can check it out there. Follow us. We're going to try to get everything up on social media. Get that cranking. And get this thing done.
Stay classy.